Oh, we're going out there tonight. But I think I have a good analogy for you that might be helpful for beach metal detecting. Steph Curry, what does he have to do with metal detecting? How can he help you as a metal detectorist? I've been thinking about this. I read an article this morning and it got me thinking about metal detecting. It's actually on ESPN right now, and it's called How Stephen Curry's Organized Chaos Fuels His Record Breaking Career and the Golden State Warriors Rebuild. Now, my audience is not necessarily a basketball audience, but if you don't know, dude, Steph Curry is arguably the greatest shooter of all time. But there's more to getting off a shot successfully at the NBA level than just the mechanics of shooting it. There was a guy named Tom Amberry. Look at this. This is madness. 2,750 free throws made in a row. Played in college, never played in the NBA. So there's a darn good shooter, but maybe he didn't have the height to get off a shot at the NBA level. Well, Steph Curry, he's 6'2", 6'3". Arguably, he might not either. I mean, when Tom Amberry was shooting those free throws, he didn't have 7'1" tall dudes who could like jump through the roof of the gym trying to block his shot. Now, what the heck does this have to do with metal detecting? Where are you going with this? Now, I'm going to read two sections to you. This is a quote from former NBA coach PJ Carlissimo. Steph tests you in so many ways beyond his shooting, says veteran NBA coach and ESPN analyst PJ Carlissimo. He is one of the best in the league moving without the ball. It doesn't get as much attention, but with his quickness and conditioning, Steph will run you to death. It's about the biggest nightmare you have in this league. I mean, as a defense, you've got to be thinking, Jesus, how many problems can we have trying to guard one guy on one possession? So how does he get around, from being blocked by those 7'1" dudes who could jump out of the gym and block everybody else's shot? All right, and the second section will answer that, and ironically, it's at the beginning of the article. But Steph Curry knows exactly how far he has left to go. Now that he officially passed Reggie Miller for second place on the NBA's career three-pointer list, Curry needs just 317 more to eclipse Ray Allen to become the top three-point shooter in history. To get there, Curry, the two-time MVP, will have to travel across roughly 200 more miles of hardwood while relying upon a part of his game that has, until now, received little attention. It's a singular skill that has been vital to Curry's iconic career, Golden State's three NBA titles, and even the Warriors' current restart, his exhaustive acrobatic work away from the ball. It took Miller 18 seasons to reach his 2,563s. Curry did it in just over 11, in part because of his ability to run roughly 2.5 miles per game 2.5 miles in order to get open. That's nearly 70 marathons over the course of his career. To commemorate Curry moving up the career list and for a deeper understanding of just how he did it, we broke down frame by frame a scoring sequence from Game 4, 2019 Western Conference Finals. I'm going to link this article in the video description. You can watch this. I mean, it made the point that I'm trying to make. So let's put this all together. I did a live stream today on the beach. And this advice, by the way, is specific to beach metal detecting. Long story short, it is just, it's so hit or miss. In my opinion, on the beach, you have to move. People have told me in live streams that I'm going too fast. And I guess it depends on what is under you. But the thing is, you're looking for stuff that's under you. which means that you don't know. I think that if you are trying to walk into a patch, which is my goal whenever I metal detect the beach, you have a little bit more margin for error. And what I do and what I advise you to do in my beach tutorial, which I'm going to link to up here, is once you find a target, you spiral out and you try to find others. Steph Curry needs to move as somebody who is 6'3", which in the NBA world is very short. He needs to move in order to get off his shot. We need to move to have a shot. Once you get that first target, you slow down. You spiral out, you grid, whatever you feel necessary. But when I'm looking for that, when I'm looking for an area that would have multiple targets, doesn't it make more sense to pick up your speed a bit? I'm not saying fly around the beach. I'm saying pick up your speed a bit. Not like you're looking in a section in a park, which it's a very different swing. But while you are looking for that area that you are going to detect, pushing can happen anywhere. There's beaches that a lot of people detect. It has a convenient parking lot. It might have a higher volume of people. But you know what? I've had a lot of success on the beaches that less people go to but are still visited. We have to move around. I mean, New York itself, we have so many beaches here. We have tons of beaches. If you're, somebody that is just detecting an area, a mile long beach, this might not apply to you. New York has hundreds and hundreds of miles of beaches. And what I'm noticing in myself is, and my habits, is that I'm going to the same ones. I'm going too slow until I find stuff. You have to walk until you find stuff. You have to get off your shot. You have to give yourself a shot. And when I was reading this article this morning, it made me think of that. And when I am doing my walking on the beach, I'm doing my V shapes, from the low tide line all the way to the high tide line, the water, to the high tide line and such. And, as soon as I get that signal, that's where I am starting to spiral out. What I'm trying to say to you in this video, very simply, the speed, I think, is going to pick up for me. Because if we're going to hit an area that has a lot of targets, ideally, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want as a destination. I'm willing to walk for it because it gives me a better shot. So, does this make sense? Or is it madness? I don't know. It's something I'm going to try, and I have to produce a record number of gold rings this year. That's the challenge. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm really excited to do. I need to cover more mileage, and when I get to the spot, I slow down. I need to slow down then. But until I have a target, why not speed up? Let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed the video.